All right, now we're going to do an exercise of creating a B tree. We could do this on the board, but I think it's important, especially since you will be having to do this for an exam, a final exam. We learn how to do this at least digitally, so you can produce the result and attach it to the exam correctly. In order to do that, we're going to use something called Latex. Have any of y'all used Latex before, besides Jonah?
Latex?
Latex. It's spelled latex, but pronounced Latex. So hopefully all of y'all have created an account on Overleaf. I'm going to go ahead and sign in with my account. Should look like something like this when y'all sign in. Everyone good here? All right. Go over to New Project, and you want to click on a blank paper. Now, the way Latex works is it's a typesetting program, so similar to Word, except instead of doing what you see is what you get, you type in your Latex code on the left, and then it produces your output, your PDF, on the right. By doing it this way, we actually have a lot of advantages for manipulating things, because it disjoints or removes or makes it separate. The content of your document and the aka making it pretty are two separate things now. So you really just type in the content, and then Latex job is to make it pretty. Ooh. Yes. Yeah, it can be very handy. Unfortunately, you now have to learn Latex first, which for all of us should be really, really easy. First off, open up another tab like I'm doing. Go to your GitHub and go to the class repository. I'm going to go over to class code, and in here you should have a template.tech. You just need to take this and copy it. I'm going to copy it eventually. Control C, go over to Overleaf and replace it. When you Control V, it's going to automatically refresh the preview on the right, and it should eventually create something with arrows. There we go. Something that looks similar to this. And, ooh, that's hard for y'all to see, isn't it? Well, sorry about that. Looks great on my screen. All right, and we're going to be using what's called XY matrix in order to create our B trees. So, and I'm going to get you started. I think with Latex I could try and explain the whole thing, but in reality it's a lot easier if you just watch me do it and follow along, and you'll probably catch on to it fairly quickly. All right, so we're going to, actually let me take this, Control C. All right, so we are going to insert into a 5-way B tree. Boom. All right, so step 1, insert 3, 7, 9, and 23. That should be pretty straightforward. I'm going to, everyone okay? You okay, Matt?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to leave that at the end for now, just to make sure we get clear. I'm going to copy the $sign XY matrix with that @C at 0 point. And so we're going to start with, I'll go ahead and make an and sign, 3 and 7 and 9 and 23, and then double backslash tells it to create a new line. It didn't like that. Did I forget a semicolon? Oh, I forgot my $signs. There we go. And you can see right here you got 3, 7, 9, and 23. All right.
@C equals 0 PT?
PT. Just copy and paste it from down here. Right up. If you don't put that, it's going to space things out a lot, and that becomes problematic when we start having a lot of numbers in our B tree. All right, next step is we're going to insert 45. Insert 45. Again, I'm just going to copy and paste this. And this would go right after the 23. And do we have an issue?
Yes, because there's, well, we're doing order 5,
Yeah, we're doing order 5.
so there's too many.
There's too many things. Real quick, just, I know I said it's easier to figure it out by doing it. The XY matrix, pretend you have a bunch of cells or a bunch of columns and they're split between this ampersand sign. And then when you want to go to a new row, you do this double backslash to go to a new row. So what this is actually saying is in the first cell put nothing, next cell put a 3, next cell put a 7, next cell put a 9, next cell put a 23, and then the next cell put a 45 is what this is saying right now. So this violates condition 5, so we need to split by promoting, which number are we going to promote?
9.
9. All right. Again, that's where life's a little easier. I copy and paste. Take this, I'm going to make a new row up top. And we need to get rid of the 7, the 3, get rid of that 9 there, get rid of the 23, and get rid of the 45. Okay. Now, if we look at it over here, we have a 9. I really wish there was a way to make that bigger. We have a 9, and then a 3, 7, and a 21, 45 over there. Now, we'd like to have some arrows. So, we'll put an arrow right here. This is what you go arrow, and then you want to tell what the arrow is going. Well, it needs to start here. It needs to go down and then to the left. So you go down, left. In solid bracket. Give it a minute. And now it went down and left. And namely, it's pointing to that 3. Right after the 9, we want another arrow, and we want to go, probably want to go down and right one. Give it a little time to preview. And it went down and right to the 23. Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this because it's actually kind of confusing, and I was just using it as a note. And then we're done. And let's let it finish creating that PDF so it looks a little cleaner. You okay, Jonah?
Yeah, my computer's better.
Okay. If anyone can tell me how to make this side bigger, that'd be great.
So we can delete the rest of that other XY matrix.
Yeah, that big one down there. I was just using it as notes, and I don't need the notes anymore.
You could just drag the right side over to the left.
You mean like this?
Oh, okay. Yeah, it makes it bigger.
Makes it bigger, and now we have a little bit of a coding problem over here. Well,
See, mine made it pretty big.
yeah, the problem is I have very limited resolution. Yeah.
It's giving me an error saying misplaced alignment tab character. What is the spacing inside each of these XY matrices?
There just needs to be some sort of spacing, a space. Don't put ampersand, ampersand. It needs to be a space between each ampersand.
At the very beginning of the lines, are you just putting one space character?
Yeah, but it doesn't actually matter.
Actually, let's go to your settings, and then go to font size.
Where's settings?
Upper right.
Oh, the gear?
Yeah.
Yeah, they changed it to an icon. Thanks, guys. All right.
And then the editor font size. I think that might work. No, that'd be your editor, right? Not your.
That editor is over here. We need the thingy on the right. Wow, I can switch it to Vim. Oh, that'd be awesome. Okay. Now, is everyone else being able to follow so far, or we need a little time to catch up?
I've got an error.
You got an error, but how's everyone else? I'm just trying to figure out.
My connection's been lost, so it's trying to. There it goes.
Oh, your connection lost.
Yeah.
Didn't figure it out?
That's it. I don't know. I think it's here.
You have a forward slash instead of a backslash between all the brands. That's good.
Yeah. This has to be a backslash, and there is no character between the closed curly bracket and the $sign over here. It's really helpful. Get one of them working, and then just start copying and pasting. Okay. Any other questions? All right. So we promote the 9, and after the 9, we need to add, after the 45, we need to insert the 1. So insert 1. Again, just copy that whole thing down. Where's the 1 go?
One is going to go in the array with the 3 and 7.
All right, where does it go in that array?
Beginning.
The beginning, right, because these arrays need to be sorted. Insert the 1, and there's the 1 over there. We actually need to update our arrow so that instead of pointing to a 3, it points to that 1, so down, left to left. And give it a minute. And there it goes, it points to the 1. Great. By the way, why we're doing it this way? Well, when you're done, you can click on the PDF button, creates the PDF. I can go ahead and save it. Can I open it with events? All right, it looks like oh my goodness. Who did this? What is this thing? And they don't even have events in here. Who does this? Wow, I guess we're just going to save it then. Saving the file. Yeah, how dare they? Go all the way over here, events, download, untitled. And look, there it is. Commit to 150% so you can actually see the full thing. And that way when you're on an exam and you need to do this, you can just type these in real fast. Well, after today it'll be pretty fast. Most students have, after they go through the exercise today, realize this isn't that bad. It's actually pretty nice. And you just submit it and we're good to go.
So is this what you use?
When I write papers and diagrams and your labs, yes. This is how I do it. Bless you.
Bless him.
Okay. So we inserted the 1. Now we need to insert the 5. So again, copy, paste, insert 5. Whoops, not F5, but 5. All right, where would the 5 go?
In between the 3 and 7.
In between the 3 and the 7. So we do ampersand to create another column, then a 5. Whoops, I'm sorry, 5, then the ampersand to create another column. Sorry about that. And we probably need to go another left on this arrow because we added another cell. Give that a minute. And that arrow is correct, but the other arrow is not quite correct because we need to create another. Ooh, what's happening here? Oh, I did that wrong. It's 1 left and then 2 rights. I bet you that's going to fix the issue. There. Didn't need to go left again because you can't go left of 0, but I need to update the other arrow to go right 1 because we increased the number of columns on this row. Are there any issues? Any issues left yet?
Looking good.
Looking good, all right. So after the 5, comes the 14. So again, take what we have, copy it, paste. We're going to insert the 14. Where's the 14 go?
Beginning of the right signature.
Right, so we're going to go and put 14 ampersand. And is that going to have any issues when we're done with it? No, that's going to be good to go. All right. After the 14 comes the 25. Again, copy it, paste. Hopefully you're seeing why this is actually pretty useful when trying to write out all the steps. Where's the 25 go?
In between 23 and 45.
All right, so we're going to, after 23, create another column, put 25. All right, and then let it load up. All right, there's the 25. Just so the people at home can see it. There's the 25. 9, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 5, 7. To the right, 14, 23, 25, and 45. Are we going to have an issue the next time?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's pretty much no way around it. It's going to happen. See, so let's go over here after the, oh great. How'd that come out? We're going to take that care of that real quick. All right, now it won't happen again.
25.
After 25 comes 24. So again, copy, new line, we're going to insert the 24. When you initially create the 24, where does it go in what leaf?
The red leaf.
And where does it go in the right leaf?
23 and 45.
23, all right. 24 and. Okay. Do we have an issue? This violates condition 5. Apparently I cannot spell violate right now. So what do we need to do?
We need to split or promote 24.
So we split and promote the 24. All right. So again, copy the XY matrix. So where's the 24 need to go?
After the right arrow of 9.
All right, so that'd be right in this space right here, 24. We'll get rid of this 24. And we'll go ahead and give this a minute to preview just to show you what has occurred. So now we have this 24, but where's the 24 to the right of it need to point?
To the 25.
To the 25. So let's go ahead and put \AR. It needs to go down, and then we need to go, I think, right. It would be to the 23. So it needs to go right 1, 2, 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Let's see what that does. Nope, one more.
4 R's.
4 R's, because every R means go to the right one cell. All right. Now, it might actually be handy to do a little bit of cleanup. So I'm going to go ahead and create a couple more cells by pushing everything over 2. We need to go left 2 here. We need to just remove 2 rights here and then remove 2 R's here. And then by doing that, it should shift that 9 and 24 over and then update the arrows almost correctly. I need to remove one more. Oh, no, I was correct the first time. Let's let that finish. Okay. And then that shifted the 9, 24 over for me and then updated the arrows accordingly. So now it's a little cleaner, at least the way it looks. Just pausing a minute here for everyone to catch up. I'm going to go ahead and move this over. So I need to move over a little more. There we go. All right. All right, so are we done? with the insert of 24?
Yes.
Yes. All right, next we're going to insert the 13. So let's go ahead and copy this. Insert 13, paste it. Where does the 13 need to go?
For the 14.
For the 14, good. So 13 ampersand, and then we're gonna have to update this arrow to go right one more because we added a column. There we go. Do we need to do anything? All right. So after the 13 comes the 11. Again, copy paste, make everyone's life easier. Where's the 11 go?
413.
All right, so we're gonna do the same thing. Add the 11 ampersand, and then update this arrow to go right one more time. Oops. Now I need to actually scroll down. There we go. 9 going to 1. After the 9 goes 11. After the 24 goes to 25. Okay. How are we doing so far?
Pretty good.
How's Latex coming? Any issues? Does seem straightforward for most of y'all? Great. Beautiful. After what do we just, the 11, we're going to insert the 8. All right, so let's go ahead and put that 8 in there. Where's the 8 go?
After 7.
After the 7. So we're going to go ahead and ampersand 8. We need to update these arrows to go over one more to the right. And are we done? Oh, what happened?
Done with that again. So now we have a condition 5.
Okay. This violates condition 5. So we need to
Split or promoting 5.
split by promoting the 5. All right. You're doing great. All right, so we're getting rid of this 5. Where's that 5 go?
For the 9.
For the 9, so right where this arrow is. In actuality, this thing needs to go over 1, so we need to put it to the left of the 5 and remove one of the lefts. So since we move the arrow over one cell, we need to remove going left one cell, so the arrow actually updates correctly. All right, but we need to have an arrow between the 5 and the 9, so you need to put your cursor after the 5, and then we have an arrow. And where does this arrow need to go? The arrow between the 5 and the 9 needs to go where? Actually, it's going to be easier to look at it here. The arrow between the 5 and the 9 needs to go to the so the 11 is greater than 9.
Oh, so 7?
To the 7, right. See, you have 2 blocks, 1, 3, 7, 8, 11, 13, 14, 23, and then 25, 45. So it needs to go to the 7, and if I'm looking at this correctly, that should be down left. All right. You go ahead and PDF this real quick. So we have to the left of the 5 going to 1, 3, essentially between the 5 and the 9 going to 7, 8, between the 9 and the 24 going to the 11, and then after 24 going to the 25. And back to the code. Well, let me get rid of that, delete that. All right, and there's the LaTeX code.
So do we need to put a space between the 3 and the 7?
There is a space. It's a little hard to see right now because I have the cell padding set to 0. If I increase that, it would be a little more obvious. Maybe I'll increase that by a couple points. Let's increase it to 5. Let's see what that does. See how it's, yeah, okay, so now it's spaced out a little more. Is that clear? Okay. All right, so after we just finished inserting 8, next comes inserting the 19. Insert 19. Where should that go? All right, so we'll put it right here between the and the 23, and we need to update the arrow coming after it to go to the right one more. There it is. Are we done? Uh-oh. What's the problem? Violation of condition 5. So what do? We split by promoting. What are we going to promote? 14. All right. We're going to have to make this a little more. Sorry, not going to be able to see that too well. Oh, well. All right, so we want to promote the 14. So where's the 14 go? So we take the 14 out of here, leave that space, add the 14 right here, and then add another column. Get rid of one of these right arrows because we've already moved it one to the right. And then let's give it a minute to update itself. All right. So what are we missing here?
An arrow for 14.
Arrow after the 14. Where does that arrow need to go?
13.
To the 19. So you have 1, 3, knows that space, 7, 8, knows the space, 11, 13, knows the space, 19, 23, space, 25, 45. So this one needs to go to the 19, right? Yeah. And I think that's going to be downright right, if I'm looking at it correctly. One more right. Boom. I'm going to PDF that for you real quick. Left, you got 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 11, 13, 14 to the 19, 23. After 24, you got 25 and 45. So I'll close that, remove it, and here we are. Okay. Good so far? After the 19 comes inserting the 4. Insert the 4. Whoops, 4. Where does that go?
Right at 3.
Right at 3. So we're going to do 4 and have to create another column. By creating another column, we now need to update all of these arrows by having them go to the right ones. Notice if you had a left, you just removed a left. Otherwise, you need to add an R. And that should shift everything over. Once it's done finishing its preview, notice it's still working when it's, say, refreshing preview up here. And now we have something that looks like this. Okay. All right. What comes after inserting the 4? Notice that there's a space right here, so we don't have any violation problems. Okay. After the 4 comes the 31. Whoops. Where's the 31 go?
Between the 25 and 45.
Okay, and we put this guy in there. Do we need to update any arrows? Nope. We just put them in. It adds it to that last cell, and we're done. All right, that was an easier one. Next comes 35. Where does that go?
Between the 32 and 45.
Yep, so back here. Do we need to update any cells? Let's make that 35 so it's correct. All right. And then lastly, we have the 56, which I bet you are all hoping wouldn't cause any issues. But it will. Where does it go?
After the 45.
After the 45. Don't have to update any arrows. Do we need to do anything else? What do we need to do? Or what? First, why?
Because it violates protocol.
Violates condition 5. Condition. So we
Split and promote 35.
split and promote the 35. All right. So let's go do that real fast. Real fast, yeah, that's it. Okay. Where would the 35 go?
After the 24.
All right, so it'd go right here. I'm gonna wait for it to finish the preview. I'm gonna make a PDF, save it, so we can have a better look at this. Hopefully we can have a better look at this. There we are. All right. So, ooh, we got all sorts, well, so what's the issue now?
Now the top one violates condition 5.
Top one violates condition 5, but what's the other issue we have?
Our arrows are wrong.
Well, hold on. How many leaf nodes do we have?
Okay, 5.
Do we? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many are we allowed to have? 5. How can we fix that?
Move it up.
Yeah.
Move that one up.
Can we merge anything?
Yeah.
What could we just merge?
25 and 31.
Let's 25. We can merge this with
45 and 56.
45 and 56. All right, let's just make it easy. So I'm going to close that. This violates the condition that we have at most M5 children. So we will merge. Notice we're merging what we just split. The 25, 31 with 45, 56. All right, that one's pretty easy to merge. So we just get rid of this column, call it a day. All right. So we've promoted the 45, but now what's the other issue we had? This.
With the root.
Yeah, what's the problem with the root right now?
There's 5.
There's 5 elements, right? This violates condition 5. So we
Promote.
we split and promote. What are we going to promote? Oh boy. 14. We got 5, 9, 14, 24, 20. Yeah, we promote the 14. Okay. Alrighty then. Here we go. When you have more space on your screen, this is a lot easier to do, because you can just space everything out so it's easy to see. So we're going to get rid of this 24, and we want it to be, let's put the 24, or I mean the 14, we'll put it up here. Let's wait for this preview to happen so we can look at it. It did not like it, probably because I need to have a backslash right here. That makes more sense. Go ahead and make this huge. So 14. The left of the 14 needs to point to what? So the issue here is we need an arrow from the left of the 14 and an arrow from the right to the 14. So what is the
5 and 24.
right? Okay. So over here, we just need to go AR. I think we just go down. And then on this one, we're going to do AR, go down, right, right. Let's see what that does. Still refreshing, so we're still waiting. I'm gonna live with that. That looks fine. Well, that'll work for now. So left of the 14 goes to the 5, to the right of the 14 goes to the 24. What's the other issue we have?
Arrow doesn't look too hot.
Arrows don't look too hot. Well, let's go ahead and fix the arrows from the one below. In reality, we need to have the 24, we need to really shift the 20, well, do we shift the 24 over? We don't shift the 24 over. We move the arrow over. Whew. Wow, it's hard to see. There we go. Beginning of the 24 goes to the 19 and the 23, and then between, now that arrow's not right, because the one after the 24, hold on a second here. Let's look at this slowly, because this is where it's going to get really tricky. All right, so then 14 is pointing to the 5 and the 24. All right, we're good there. Left of the 5 goes to 1, 3, 4. We're good there. After the 5 goes to 7, 8. We're good there. After the 9 goes to 11 and 13. We're okay there. After the 24 should go to the where should that go? Well, it should go to the 25, right? Right. So that's okay. So really after the 35, we have an arrow going nowhere, but what has happened is these two guys right here are not in the right location, because we wouldn't have an arrow going there. In other words, if we got rid of that arrow right here, we have this lonely block right here, don't we? The 19 and 23. What could we do to fix this? Merge it with the
11.
all right, yeah, we'll merge it with the 11 and 13. This is kind of a rotation because you're rotating it over, which is perfectly fine. And we'll just do that by getting rid of one of those columns. And actually, no. And we'll have to update this arrow right here. Okay. What's our next problem? What's after the 35?
Arrow pointing to 25.
Right, we need to have an arrow going to 45 here. Which means we also need to have another column. And down, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. All right. This needs to be cleaned up a bit, so we're going to first add a couple of columns up here. We'll add 3 actually. So that means we're going to add 3 there. We're going to leave that alone because we're going to add 2 here, which means we just need to go left once up here. Remove one of the rights. We added 2 columns here, so we need to go left 2 more. LL,
The arrows.
right, right. Get rid of 2 of these rights. Hang on. Now let's give that a minute to finish refreshing. I got rid of too many rights. One more right. Oh, I did this wrong. Oh. Okay. I got a little messed up here. So I'm going to need to fix this real quick. What's going on is that 19 can't be there because it's greater than 14. It actually needs to be to the left of the 24. Sorry about that. So, y'all see that? Yeah, so let me go and fix that for you real quick by adding that column back. We never needed to merge anything to begin with. And then we need to, you'll have to go right one more time with these two arrows, and then to the left of the 24, you need to go down, down what? I think just down right. Let's try that. One more. Nope, one more right. Why did that not do Am I looking at the wrong one? Oh, I'm manipulating the wrong one. That'd be why. This one. Okay. And now we have a B tree. Any questions? Okay. So Matt, PJ, are you ready to code this up? Anybody else?
Would this be something you would want us to do, like during the test, like to pull up overleaf and create one of these?
Yes.
Could you pull open your code from the left side so we can see a little
Sure.
from the last one?
Well, Matt, actually this is a very hard problem. A B tree is actually a pretty difficult problem. So your homework is actually not coding, it's just doing this.
Okay, I'm disappointed.
You are, I mean, now if you want me to tell you to write a B tree that templates on its number of children, I'm perfectly okay with that. You want me to do
Just for
that?
him.
Yeah.
Just for you, Matt? You want that? I mean, I
No,
can do
just like, like as long as it's like a research project, yeah.
this. Research project.
Like project number 3. Yeah. Right, it has some outside.
It would still be harder than Project 3.
Oh.
It'd probably still be harder than Project 4, actually. Yeah, this is actually a really hard problem. People sell their B tree implementations.
Really? Yeah. 5, 3. Spell 5 wrong. Where can you buy it?
Probably the interwebs.
Well, this guy, apparently you can get this one right here.
Oh yeah, some of them are free. You can get some free ones, that's true.